All right, family, come in the room, come in the room. Yes, listen. I don't even know it was sporadic this morning. I just thought we're always talking about our spiritual hygiene. So I was like, get in here. Let's see in real time what we do, you know? So check out. I was just letting you guys hang out in the kitchen with me. Come on in. What are we drinking tea? Do we have coffee? Do we have some mixture of who the get, collagen, vitamin, whatever we have going on, right? And for my neuro spicy people, I know, do you just have like your cup you only put regular water in? This is a cup. I only mix my things in this shaker cup. But then I also I need my plain water because when I have my coffee, sometimes I need, you know what I'm saying? It's not just me. All right, great, great. So if you hung out with me in a kitchen, you'll kind of see. I always love to remind you guys that this space is highly spiritual cleansed. The hygiene of the space is really important for me. So you kind of got a glimpse of some of the things that I do. But yeah, come on in, family. This reading is really going to it's already been set with the intention that I channel a message for my air sign family. So, sun, moon, rising. Let's go ahead. We're going to smudge, even though, I've had that simmer pot. I've been doing all of my cleansing. Air sign family, or anyone who just resonated with the message. We all have different elemental aspects: earth, air, fire, water, in different places in our chart. I mean, yeah, I know, I get it. Like when it comes to earth with me, I'm like, look, I seriously hardly have any. But we all have different houses. We all have a little smattering somewhere. And sometimes your intuition will just give you a nudge. For example, as we get closer and closer to Aquarius season, you might just feel like you're really receiving like an air sign frequency type of vibration and you get called in. But I mean, whatever the case, thank you for being here. Of course, if you know your birth chart and you're an air sign, you could be looking at sun, moon, and rising. Honestly, you could be really, I always like to talk about looking at Mars, looking at Venus. And sometimes I feel like even your Mercury sign, when you're setting an intention, I'm going to tap into an intuitive. I'm going to tap into a channeler. I'm going to tap into a tarot reader, whatever the case may be, right? An astrologer. We're opening up our crown. We're connecting with our higher self. Ideally, that's what we're doing. Look, child, sometimes if you are right and tight with your spiritual family and higher self, spirit will swing you in any which way but left if you really need to get a message. But I'm saying, don't miss out to air sign family or whoever felt called to watch this, right? Don't miss out on the fact that your Mercury placement is about your crown chakra. It's about receiving spiritual guidance. It's about communication. It's about being open, meditative. It's all about that, So check out your Mercury sign. And maybe this is a nudge if you don't know what it is. I'm happy to help you learn about your chart. I do personal readings. I do tarot readings, all of the good things, right? So check out my website. Send me an email. Feel free to. I'm active on my Facebook business page. Find me, vibe with me, get into it with me. Yeah, so listen, earth signs. Sun, moon, rising. And again, maybe you have different in your top 3, but you're like, girl, I'm sorry, did I say earth? Did I say air? Because this is for air. You might have different placements in your top 3, right? But you might be like, I really connect with air signs. And of course, when we say air signs, we're talking about Aquarius, we're talking about Gemini, and we are talking about Libra, okay? Maybe you're like, friend, my Jupiter and Mercury are in air signs. I really get a lot from air sign energy. Or check this out. I'm always guiding you guys back to learning more about your North Node and what that says about your destiny and your fated soul purposes, connections, and events in your life. If you don't know a lot about your chart, again, I encourage you, send me an email, visit my website. I would love to teach you. Between last year, this year, and the following year, this is an amazing time to really lock in on, let me learn about myself. Because how am I going to be in the age of Aquarius and embody my unique authenticity, my individuality, receive those sparks that guide me? I mean, we are at a vibrational frequency as it continues to ascend. Yes, friend, listen, if you looking around in all kinds of directions and you seeing the craziness and the chaos, that's because the timelines are dying and they're desperately grasping to pull you out your alignment. So the name of the game, as I continue to reiterate, is where's your alignment? Where's your soul purpose? What are your goals? How are you choosing your perspective? Okay, because that's going to put you in the now present moment, and that's going to allow you to choose the timeline and the frequency and the vibration you want to resonate on. Okay. Side note, if you're struggling with that right now, return to grounding. We are still working with Capricorn stellium energy. So it's a really beautiful time to say, time out. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that real? Y'all, is that Peter Griffin? I'm hearing whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That might be your spirit team, your higher self, your spiritual ancestor team and guide, angelic frequencies, nature, earth, spirit frequencies, what have you. Over here, I will clarify and set the intention, as it is always held here in this space. We connect with frequencies, energies, spirit teams, and vibrations, activations, and messages that are of the highest and best good and harming none. We set our intention on things like health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, self-awareness, healing, growth, expansion, right? Ascension, personal evolution. That's the vibration. That's the perspective. That's the energy we choose to connect into over here. All right. So if you're new here, thank you. If you're an air sign or you just happen to show up here, thanks for being here. If you click the like, it just helps our energetic frequencies align. And then I can better hone in with my own spiritual guides, with my own team on the frequencies and what teachings and messages need to be anchored in this space. When you click the like, that also just resonates with other people on this platform and brings our soul tribe in. You guys know I really don't hold the intention of space here to monetize, but it's so important. It bears repeating. It bears repeating that in the age of Aquarius, in the year of 10, all these new beginnings, all of this completion, Saturn we're kind of ramping up the gears here. Pretty soon, Neptune is going to boom, be in Aries, and then Saturn will be soon to follow. So what I'm saying is this amalgamation, these new birthing of new timelines, this energy of, oh my gosh, I really see the path clearing out before me now. You want to be tapped into your soul family. You want to have communities, of course, in the 3D and everything too. Absolutely. I'm not saying, hey, practice spiritual bypassing and bury your head in the sand. No, that's not. We're actually waning off of that now as Neptune finalizes the completion of this big, huge journey, not only in Pisces, but also in a journey that has spiritually been going on in our human collective for 165 years. Okay. So, but what I'm saying though is we are leaving that age of Pisces energy where it's like, who's going to save me next? It's not a savior. It's not a martyrdom frequency that has run its course. So it's so important. Maybe you're an Aquarius that's showing up here, a Libra, a Gemini, or you have those prominent placements in your chart. Be mindful because, air signs tap in. We will shift later on in the year to having a North Node in Aquarius. Uranus will shift and complete that journey in Taurus, and Uranus will move into Gemini. And then we're going to get this beautiful Aries frequency. It's going to be very high level. I am that I am. I know who the fuck I am, and I'm ready to speak. I'm ready to write. I'm ready to learn. My mind, my neuron pathways are changing. I'm in this big state of evolution. And that's not only applicable to air signs, of course, but if you are an air sign, tap in. Okay. I know, shout out for my air signs as we talk about. I pulled this card for myself and I was going to read it. And I was like, I'm going to read this to my air signs because I feel that a lot of times, especially if you have more than one or multiple different air sign placements in big personal planets or in your top three, we can get ungrounded. So please, I encourage you to take advantage of the remainder of Capricorn season and also this Capricorn stellium. Let's do a quick check-in. Let's pull the chart up. I've been in spiritual cleaning mode. I've been, if you got to check out the little short video of me just sharing things with you, if you didn't, it's been like windows open. It's been dragon's blood incense. It's been simmer pots. It's been floor steams. And there's so many different options for spiritual hygiene, energetic cleansing, and the like. So, but I did sit down and I was having a moment, as I try to do daily. And I connected with this card and it was really resonant with me because, mind you, I have 4 big prominent placements of Aquarius. So for sure, absolutely, I will say it's hard to be grounded sometimes. But it's so good for us right now. It's very, very necessary for us. So air sign family, sun, moon, rising, perhaps even your Jupiter, your Mercury, your Mars, right? Okay, so where are we at with this Capricorn stellium? We've got the sun at 23 degrees Capricorn, not quite in the last decan yet. We have Mercury at 18 degrees. Venus is in the last decan territory. Venus is at 25 degrees Cap and Mars at 22 degrees Cap. But I love that, like, everybody's kind of lining up too to start going through this passageway of kind of passing through the Pluto and Aquarius territory. So I love that. I love how energy can get redistributed there. Dreams, vision, goals. When we think about, I'm seeing the star card, the star card kind of leading us through these portals. It's kind of the passing through these veils of Pluto to kind of go through some sort of symbolic death or either the finalization of it. Because you might be tracking this energy back to like Scorpio season or perhaps last year. Air signs, I'm feeling called. Maybe you want to do a little review on your 8th house. I'm kind of picking up on scorpionic frequencies here, air signs, intuitively. Okay, hold on, guys. I feel like I want to shuffle the cards now because I'm picking up, when I say death energy, please understand that death leads to rebirth. We may be kind of picking up on this energy here, air signs, because of talking about Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is the lord of karma in the underworld. Pluto's kind of like the all-father Odin energy. And like I said, pretty soon, we're going to kind of see these planets start to take this progression as we shift into Aquarius season, where you kind of do the march through this Pluto territory. But Pluto's in Aquarius. So it's like this death initiation. I'm seeing like you pass through some sort of veil. And then, okay, what is the spiritual practice? Please forgive me because I don't know the culture and I would love to respect them. But it's like that where they make this big bath, this big dish. Maybe even you could say it's kind of like a cauldron. But the clips that I've seen of people doing it, it could be a shamanic practice, I want to say. So many things are, though, aren't they? Okay. But I'm seeing it's like that thing where they activate these spirits of the plants and it's infused in the water. You know, kind of like it reminds you of tea or like a tincture, but it's this huge vat, right? And then they blow this smoke over it. And then it's this process of either pouring this water over your head, air sign family. Sorry, I'm listening, air sign family. I'm hearing something like, this is so funny because, okay, I'm hearing you keep cleaning the mirror off a few more times, okay? That's very interesting. Scorpionic, 8th house, cleaning a mirror. a spiritual bath, going past this veil and then having this water either splashed over your head. I've even seen where they have something that reminds me of a ladle, and like they just pour it over the person's head, and you see these people, this is huge, like their body will start shaking, and it's this shed of these stagnant energetic frequencies. Again, I'm being drawn back to the 8th house. I'm just channeling you guys, right, while I look at the chart. So perhaps air signs, if you're called here, or whoever, right, love and light, whoever, if you're called to this video, check out your 8th house. Maybe you have a water plate, because this is water. We do have so much water and earth in the chart right now, but this is like, I don't know, it just feels like this, the whole body shaking when the practitioner pours that infusion of water over them. Okay, Spirit could really be calling you to do spiritual baths. Again, this could be cleansing in your house too. We've been talking about that. It's a great time for it. Sometimes practical routines like returning to your hygiene. Okay, what is a practice when I do? I take a spiritual bath, or I really feel like I need to do that mop on my floors, or whatever you're feeling called to. There's some kind of big release of stagnancy. Spirit is taking me back to this vision of, and let me tell you, so I love to clean rooms and kind of pair that with some of the spiritual hygiene work that I do. And y'all ever be cleaning a mirror, you know what I'm talking about? And it's like you just have to keep going back over it because you don't want the streaks to be there. And it's like when you look, okay, I'm seeing someone is looking at a mirror from different aspecting points of light. And the way the light hits on it, they see another spot and they need to do a little bit more cleaning there. This feels like cleaning. This feels like release. Okay, the fact that I'm seeing a mirror for air signs, I'm seeing a mirror as like, maybe you could do, I'm hearing mirror scrying. Maybe someone does that and Spirit is calling you there. Okay, this can be a relationship that triggered you in a mirroring way. You could be connected to someone or have some sort of emotional bond or soul contract. You need to cleanse yourself of that. There's some sort of mirroring, but it doesn't feel healthy. That's why it's pointing back to the 8th house. This could be how people will come into our lives, air sign, you know, and like they will mirror us, but it's to the point of showing you where you need to mature. Again, there's just this big enhancing of Spirit showing me like the light hitting mirror at different points so you can see, no, you know what? Okay, that's fine. We'll go back over that. I'm seeing wax on, wax off energy. Y'all, when I tell y'all how to keep cleaning this mirror, because you know we have not felt well, but we're getting on the other side of it, and it's really good. It's just a funky lingering at this point, and it kind of lowers your energy, but it's okay to embrace those times too sometimes, right? But I'm saying I was looking at the mirror, and I was like, you know what I'm talking about? You'd be like, ugh, the mirror is dirty, damn. And so I was just cleaning the mirror. But now I'm seeing this wax on, wax off. Okay, so I'm picking up a lot of this in these visuals that I'm downloading, like daily routine patterns. Okay, you're needing to see things from different angles. Open up a window somewhere. Let some light hit something. This could be the light hitting your body as a vessel too, so that you can see things more clearly, okay? This can also be an intuitive message about being mindful of when people around you are mirroring you. We're right at, Saturn is at the 27th degree, Neptune at the 29th. The mirroring is done. Okay, we're at the last cleaning stages. Yeah, Spirit's like, we ain't gonna keep hitting this mirror like this. And what that's giving me, air signs, is like, what's that relationship? What's that person? What's that unhealthy trigger? Do you need to sit with your 8th house and receive the finality of a message and say, yeah, we're not going to be doing this anymore. I don't need that angle of this anymore. I don't know. It is something about seeing things in a different light. Okay. Okay. So I'm just listening to Spirit, you guys. So we're going to read the Earth Magic Oracle card, and then we're going to go into the tarot. Okay. So I'm reading from my beloved Earth Magic Oracle. You know, I love my Stephen D. Farmer. This book, child, look at this book. She done seen it all. Her and Rider Waite, they done been through it all, y'all. I want to say this is the first Oracle deck I ever got, child. What a journey. Mirroring, I was thinking about me and a friend just reflecting on different points of our path for like the last 9 years, the last 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the place that everyone really needs to be at. Mirroring is reflection too, right? Isn't it? So there's something here about air signs really needing to, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, okay, really needing to be in a reflective place so you can see things from a different light. And if that involves a spiritual bath, if that involves your spiritual hygiene, mental health, emotional, these cleansing, all these things flow together. In whatever ways that you can work with water as well. Mind you, I have tools available on my website. I love to craft custom tools. So if you need something that's unique to you, just shout out and let me know. But working with water, charging the water you drink. Okay, there's something too about you being in the light, throwing the windows open, going out into the light, because the light as an actual energetic frequency will bring these downloads into your body so that you can then, I'm seeing someone being in a room and shining a flashlight now, okay? And that gives me like your eyes open up, and that's a whole process of the light coming into your eyes and then affecting how you see things. Do you get the message here? There are things we need to see much differently. And in fact, when we talk about having a Capricorn stellium, those are downloads that are now anchoring down fully into our body. And that's also supported by, okay, what is Uranus and Taurus doing? Okay, yeah, exactly, because I was feeling it. Uranus is in a trine with the sun, so it's even more supportive. Uranus finishing out the last bit of that journey with Taurus right now is trining with the sun in Capricorn while we have all these planets in Capricorn. So we are anchoring down into our body, and then it's like the light comes in and then it comes on. Mind you, it moves through the water, which you're 50 to 70% made of, and you start to look out. And maybe you do see, ooh, we got to hit that spot a few more times because I really want to be ready. I really want to see clearly. I really want to be a clear channel. Okay. But the thing is, and this is what I was getting when I was journaling with this card, is you can't really do that in a healthy way if you're very ungrounded. Okay. And it's okay. Child, it is so understandable if you are very ungrounded right now. But we can practice awareness and say, you know what, collectively, I have a lot of energy that is here to help me be fully in my body, be fully in the present now moment. Okay, let's read the card together. Tree and grounding. Do you see that? It's beautiful. I'm also seeing like the big tree. I'm seeing the tree of life. I'm seeing, dang, what am I thinking of, y'all? Oh, Avatar and their tree and how they connected with it. Okay, so trees might be very resonant. You could also be an earth sign who has like prominent earth, but also big air placements too. Okay, let's read this card together, you guys. Consider how trees, the standing ones, exemplify balance between heaven and earth, which makes me think also of the Magician card and the Magician's Jupiter finger. But the Magician has to be so firmly grounded to manifest, to practice, to do ritual, to create and channel from a vision space. You have to be grounded, okay? This could be that connection. It's an emotional bond. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be. We have all kinds of different emotional bonds and soul contracts, but a lot of things are coming to completion, okay? So we really need to be looking at that. It's not going to be a time, air signs, where we need to be ungrounded and having people pull us out into shadow territory, right? 8th house territory. Let's make sure. Oh, this reminds me of a meme. What was that talking about? What did it say? I just shared it to somewhere. Child, I don't even remember where. Oh, it was something like trauma is the real gateway drug. So make sure you do everything you can to heal your mind. Uranus moving into Gemini. Whoa, I'm feeling into elevated DNA, open neuron pathways, ways of thinking, seeing, telomeres. We've talked about telomeres before. It's going to be lit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to have foggy shit blocking us. I feel also that that's why we've been working so closely with the archetype of Hecate, and the hermit taught us, I know you better charge up your lamp, because I'm trying to tell you the way the light is about to flow through your lamp, we're going to need it. Shout out especially to Aquarius placements in the age of Aquarius, with Pluto in Aquarius, right? And furthermore, in the summer, or whenever the time is right, when the node will transition, excuse me, sorry guys, into the North Node Aquarius. Okay, so when I tell you, I'm talking about, what's the Hebrew letter? What I'm getting is the star card, but in a way more occulted teaching. Aquarius's letter, I think, is it Hey, which is part of Eheye, but Hey is like a window, shining down. Yeah, we're going to be bringing things out. They're going to want to shine through us, but you can't. That's the whole cleaning the mirror. We need to make sure it's like a clearing the reflection. And then, of course, mirroring. Okay, but who's in your life that reflects things back to you? Okay, this is what I'm getting. Let's go back to the book. Consider how trees, the standing ones, exemplify balance between heaven and earth. Their branches reach out and up, as if in praise of the bounty that Sky Father has to offer. Their leaves breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So I'm getting breath work. We could definitely be working through letting go of illusions. Letting go partners well with breath work, and it returns us to the present moment, okay? I'm hearing box breathing. Their leaves breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen, a vital process for so many beings on the planet, including us as humans. Their trunks and roots have planted themselves firmly in the soil. I'm getting like seeds that have planted, light on the seeds. I'm getting, again, the whole thing with having a strong foundation, right? Their trunks and roots have planted themselves firmly in the soil, allowing them to receive the gifts of another kind of nourishment from Earth Mother. In turn, they are freely and gratefully giving back by accommodating the needs of so many beings with what they have to offer. In this image, we see a magnificent tree situated in a meadow at the edge of a pond, greeting the early rays of light from the dawn. So perhaps you have a place that you go, air signs, in nature. And if not, you can put your feet on the ground, barefoot on the ground, if you're able to do that, right? I like how it looks like there's jewels in the tree. Look at that. You could say maybe that's a heron, which gives very like thoth or tho, however you want to say that, tot, however you want to say that. Ooh, yes. Oh, air signs. We are going to be bringing down from the higher chakras for sure. Even furthermore, the reason we need to be well grounded. I'm seeing you can't conduct currents of electricity without grounding, because it gets very dangerous and it damages, it burns, it injures. You feel me? In this image, we see a magnificent tree situated in a meadow at the edge of a pond, greeting the early rays of light from the dawn. We see its reflection in the still water, but do not see its roots, as they are embedded in the depths of the moist, fertile body of Earth Mother. The strength of these roots support the tree's innate desire to grow to the light, to reach not only upward, but outward as well. You've been feeling scattered and spacey lately. You are not fully in your body, and that is because you have not been able to get grounded. And that's the gag. Let me pause, okay? That's the gag, because as these timelines and frequencies and black inverted magic spell works and the inversion of child, listen, we get real quantum, we could get real occult, but what I'm trying to tell you is it's all going to flip. The timeline is folding. And that means lots of things will not get energy and be vamping the way they used to be vamping. They're not. So it's going to be an all-time high this year, because we're going to be in the transition of everything beginning to move forward. And that's like somebody hopping on a horse, and the horse got his rear end slapped, and everybody that was trying to hold on to that horse, they can't. It's going to run forward. That's going to create unhappy people in timelines. That's going to mean Saturn said, I told you for a long time now, we are wrapping this 29.5-year cycle up. Neptune said, we've been learning this for 165 years. We've been learning in Pisces for 14 years. It's time to go. It's giving, you don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand in your emotional wisdom and maturity that Capricorn wants you to be rooted and grounded in who the fuck you are. It's time to pack it up and move on forward. It really, really is time. Okay? And excuse me, when you have stagnant, low vibrational frequencies and energy and people and places and things, when shit is just done, it's just got to be done. It will pull you up out of your own alignment. You see what I'm saying? So perhaps there are things you need to evaluate that you're saying, nah, I know exactly what gets me ungrounded, and I have to stop fucking around with that person, that place, that timeline of that whole career, that version of me and those patterns where I was manifesting, I was being in relationships, I was hanging out or connecting with groups of people, but it was rooted from my shame, my gear, my filth, my guilt, my lack mindset, my traumatized versions of myself. We have a once in a lifetime shot here in this pocket of energy. 2025 prepared us for it. We're liquidating it out now. 2026 will furthermore carry us into it. And then 2027 we'll see a lot more anchored down execution of it. And whatever that looks like for you. Air signs, I'll be telling people in one-on-one work all the time. I stay telling people. I'm talking about people who are like, ever since this age of Aquarius started cracking in, ever since we got to the end of 2020, and even before that, you might be able to take marker points back to like 2012, 2011. What was the last 9 year that we had, you guys? 6, 7, 8, 9. That would have been 2016. The last 10, the last new beginning of 1 would have been 2017. Any of these dates, years, or timelines might be marker points for you. And you can say, oh shit, I see it now. Now, mind you, the work needs to be within self first. Air signs, okay? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, we're going to be held to a high tier because we're the thinkers, we're the communicators, we're the breath of fresh air. We are the diplomats, we are the writers. And it's not only limited to that, okay, love and light. And again, we all have different aspects of this in our chart. So you're like, wow, you just favor in air signs. No, but I mean, you're in an air sign reading. So hello, come on now. Stay with me, okay? You have been feeling scattered and spacey lately. You are not fully in your body, and that is because you have not been able to get grounded. This is quite literal in that your body is made of materials of the earth. Absolutely. Absolutely it is, okay? And the earth is the purity of the energetic grid. It's the density of 4D transitioning more into 5D. This is the spirit, the soul of Gaia. It's 1:11 on the clock, okay? That type of energy can't be hijacked. It can't be tainted. It can't be owned. It can't be controlled. Woe is to anybody who falls in some kind of narrative who thinks that somebody else has got the better up on earth, because absolutely the fuck not. It's not. And the examples will be made, okay? So there's something here too about projections. We're talking about a dirty mirror. We're talking about emotional bonds and contracts. Things have to come to completion. Okay, this is quite literal in that your body is made of the materials of earth. That means you have that same divine sovereignty, okay? And your soul spark comes from all of the light in the cosmos, okay? Claim your divine sovereignty and authority. Do that. So when you feel disconnected from your body, you are inevitably disconnected from the earth. So get yourself grounded. Get yourself grounded, Spirit said, okay? You can do so quite simply, and you can. But sometimes when we create new pathways in our mind, in our body, in our spirit, we need repetitive. What is it like? You do something for 21 days before it becomes a habit. Maybe that's affirmations. Maybe that's mantras. Okay, listen, we're going back to the mirror again, air signs. You are speaking things into the mirror. It's a clean, spiritually, energetically, and protected mirror. Please, y'all, learn how to cleanse your mirrors and ask your ancestors to protect them, okay? But that's teaching matter for another day, honey. Listen, maybe you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're reprogramming your own mind. It could be something like this. Whatever it is, let's get grounded. Again, Capricorn stellium air sign, take advantage of that grounding. It's also trining with this powerful Uranus and Taurus energy, okay? Look at yourself. Reprogram your mind, you know what I mean? And be embodied while you do it in the now moment. With your feet firmly planted on the ground wherever you are, feel the etheric roots extend into the earth. Follow your breath so that each time you exhale, you can imagine these roots going even deeper. Each time you inhale, right? Draw up loving, nurturing power of the Earth Mother. As soon as you have the chance, go outdoors. Sit and stand with your back supported to a tree. Feel its solidness and integrity. It is simply being a tree. That's the now present moment, isn't it? Breathe in the essence of the tree spirit. Allow this to fill you up. Walk barefoot very slowly on the ground so you can maintain this connection. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now, you might be like, girl, I can't walk barefoot. Like, you look, it's like, I think 28 degrees here today. It's beautiful. The sun's out. It's very cold here in the southeast. Oh, I'm sorry. We might get up to a high of like 40 today. Because now, not me, I need to know like, oh, we might get to 50 today. But anyway, maybe you're in a place where it's dark. Maybe look at what you have. Do you have crystals? Crystals came from the earth. You can hold on to that to seek grounding. And you can put those items out on your altar. If you have plants in your home, do you know what I'm saying? You can be creative and resourceful with what you have, but grounding is definitely reiterated here. And when you're grounding, air sign family, right? Sun, moon, rising, okay? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, maybe Mercury, maybe Jupiter, maybe Mars. Air sign family or whoever was called to listen, okay? Grounding might also be because in this embodiment, you're going to crack open seeds that have been waiting to start blossoming. This could look like new mental pathways. This could look like new creative muse. This could look like opening your throat chakra, communicating, writing, telling a story. I don't know, I mean, we could make lists, but everyone's soul contract and purpose is so individual. It's so authentic and unique. That's going to look different for all of us, right? But it feels like things waking up in your body. I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles, like an inheritance of the ability to teach, the ability to heal, the ability to create. When you think about Capricorn, definitely, when we talk about being in a Capricorn stellium air signs, we might be considering what we do for work. Absolutely. Maybe everything looks like it's changing. Like I was telling you before, I have people who are like, it's time for me to go into a whole new career. It's time for me to actually go back and complete that degree. It's time for me. I keep telling myself I'm going to write this story and I'm going to do it. I don't even want to live in this city, this state, this country anymore, okay? The whole way that I view relationships or marriage or everyone that I'm around, there's so much change energy. So when I talk about finding out you have 10 of Pentacles, legacy type seeds planted in you, and this water and this earth is moving around, the water is your mitochondrial, it's your like motherline DNA. You've got all this rooted stuff from the earth within you. That's your galactic and your earthbound ancestors. I mean, there's no telling what might be wakening up in your body. But like, how you going to feel that if you got people pulling you all up out your alignment and you can't even be grounded in your embodiment, okay? This message is really big for us air signs right now. Air signs, you might be looking, what's in your house that's ruled by Capricorn, your 10th house? Okay. Hey, and I know someone, if you want a guided intuitive reading that helps you explore Capricorn energy in your chart, right? Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on. So air signs, listen, Capricorn energy, 10th house energy, maybe you are called to check that out, okay, because it is coming through. This is legacy. This is material achievements. Capricorn makes new contracts and releases old contracts and says, what have we learned? And now with ambition and now with discipline, what are we building with that, right? Okay, the sea goat, though, we have to be intuitive. It needs to be in alignment with our soul. What is your intuition telling you about what you now want to be disciplined with? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And if you're an Aquarius air sign here, you're co-ruled by Saturn. Okay, we want to get really clear and we want to be filled with integrity when we do it. Okay, we could be looking at roles where we are going to take on authority. And again, this could be in a public way. This could be sharing a legacy in your community. This could be something professional. This could just be about how you kind of, Saturn Capricorn energy is like dad, father, coach energy. Okay, it's really time to hold myself accountable. Okay, I will say I'm just tapping into intuitively air signs because we have this Capricorn energy speaking to us loudly. You could be looking at like restructuring things when it comes to monetary things, money, of course, right? You could be wrapping up a lot of lessons that taught you about your ego, how you want to show up in your career, what you want to do. You kind of might find yourself at this place like, I've kind of come to the end of a long term of something. Maybe it was an obligation. Maybe you're a caregiver. Maybe it was your career. Maybe it's the way you've just been living your life and showing up for a long time. You might be reevaluating a lot of this. Capricorn too, air signs in your 10th house. Capricorn, this energy gives like tradition. And when you think about the fact that all these planets pretty soon are going to be transitioning into Aquarius territory and then kind of taking their parade across that Pluto and Aquarius mark, energy is going to liquidate. Your North Star is going to start speaking to you, and maybe you say, I think I've kind of reached the peak of like this summit. And now what? Right? And now what? All right, let's see what the tarot has to say to us for air sign family. Messages for our air sign family, spirit. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Okay, what do they need to see? What do they need to hear today, spirit? Ooh, now. Okay, we have... Let me put, okay. So we have the Tower. Okay, that's Mars energy. Some even interpret that as Uranus energy. Okay. The Tower even kind of further reemphasizes this point that I'm telling you about, when these planets will start crossing through this veil, past this mark, kind of passing through this gateway with Pluto and Aquarius. So again, it just reemphasizes having a Tower moment. I mean, listen, people see the Tower and they go, oh no, but the Tower can be, it's time for change. And that can be spiritual awakening too. You see the crown up here. Sometimes the energy moves up. This could be a result of such a powerful embodied moment where your energy amalgamates and you just, oh my gosh, I have this huge shift of new awareness, or I have this huge shift in my perspective. And I say, this structure, this foundation, the way that I'm in the matrix, so to speak. Maybe, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you. It may feel chaotic, but it's like this shit in my life is getting stale. It's not for me anymore. It's giving something like a person, a connection, something you haven't seen clearly. You see dramatically clearly, and you go, oh my gosh, have I really just been refusing to see this? And then the swiftness of the change will come through. This is, for me, though, it is a very Mars card. And with Mars being in Capricorn, it kind of gives this determination. Now that my beliefs have changed, now that I have this new enlightenment of awareness, now that I see something and I absolutely cannot see it any different, I'm going to discipline myself to this now. It's some kind of big shift. This is what I'm feeling. It could be career related, a lot of Capricorn energy. It could be the structures of how you live your whole life every day. This could be like someone being like, working from home is really what I want. So how do I rebuild my life around that? Or I don't want to be in a huge house anymore. I want to liquidate some of my resources because I want to have more freedom. Okay, well, how do I change the structure? And then we kind of let things fall apart, and that's okay. This can also be a big card that pulls you back to the present moment when things feel very chaotic around you. Okay, so I'm getting energetic protection, having good boundaries, just because there's a lot of chaos and change around us. Sometimes shifting timelines really teach us about who we are, okay? And we don't have to let that root of fear change our whole perspective, right? Wow, the Tower with the Queen of Wands. So, okay, look, the Queen of Wands for me, the Queen of Wands is like a huge kind of the Witch of the Tarot card for me. So as a side note, maybe you're called into your spiritual journey with a whole new depth and level of awareness. Maybe find yourselves, air signs, at a place where you believed in a certain structure of beliefs and paradigms, and they're just all unraveling now. Well, I mean, listen, Pluto in Aquarius is going to keep up exposure. So if shit ain't been, I mean, I know, shout out if you're in Aquarius, we have a tendency to look at things very differently and we'll be a little bit ahead of the curve. So I'm sure a lot of us are not shocked by a lot of things, but some people may be. But you can embrace that as like a rebirthing of, I don't know, what I'm getting is like, don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't self-sabotage by like getting pulled down by a lot of chaotic energy, but using it to your advantage, channeling it into spontaneity, creating new adventures, embracing the newness of timelines, okay? That requires a lot of self-awareness. And you got to be confident, okay? The Queen of Wands is charismatic. You know what I mean? That's a good word, The Queen of Wands is bold too. She's not gonna show up in a room and make herself small anymore. And she damn sure she don't care what people think. Okay, because she knows who she is. Okay, so maybe you are feeling a lot of like fiery emotions. Maybe things do feel really intense with you right now, but it's almost like this whole shift in your matrix is saying, what are you gonna do with that? I love that this card has the snake wrapped around her wand, because you guys know that as we continue to wane through the closing out of this moon cycle, we will open a new lunar cycle with the new moon in Capricorn. And then we'll be getting closer and closer to rebirthing the lunar new year. And we will complete that year of the wood snake. And we'll transition into that year of the fire horse. And we have a big fire card. Look at all this fire. Maybe you're an air sign who has a lot of prominent fire placements. I know I have a good bit of fire in my chart with my air. Man, I cannot press into you guys enough how much this energy is like, okay, I'm getting a song, y'all. You better lose yourself in the music. What is it? He's like, don't. If you had one shot. Okay, but this is like, I swear, damn, don't play it small. Do not. And the whole crazy thing is, and it's not crazy, again, air signs, we're the communicators, we're the breath of fresh air, we blow through, we have the wisdom, we have a different way of looking at things than a lot of people do, and all the elemental signs and all of the archetypes have their value, but that's our strength. So if anyone's going to step up and boldly express themselves, if anyone's going to be like, oh, I know I ain't go through 29 and a half years of these karmic lessons and cycles and this whole ass spiritual rebirth to play it small, does that mean we get chaotic in a shadow way, or we get completely ungrounded and we're not in reality? No, that's not being balanced. And then really quickly, the Magician card kind of it flips around and it gets inverted when we lose our balance. So we're still embracing our grounding. Okay, but this is about being bold with something. I'm telling you, the universe can meet you with a certain level of energy, and it's like, are you going to shift the gear or not? This is really what I'm getting. Okay, we're going to pull another tarot card. Spirit is saying, yeah, so this is a lot of creative muse energy. This is like what I was telling you. We hit the springtime here. I'm feeling a lot of Aries season energy, and we go, whoa. I'm really clear on how I can make this happen now, right? We receive that. It's a spark. I'm seeing Ace of Wands. Yeah, Aries season could be really important for you. Maybe you have a goal there, or Spirit is just kind of tossing you a nugget. Your ancestors are saying, hey, you be ready for the spring equinox, okay? Perhaps you're getting more into your ritual with the Queen of Wands to open up to a flow state. I'm hearing flow state. Now is a really good time. Mind you, now is a good time to let this energy come down into your embodied present state. You could be doing rituals for abundance. Again, we're talking about a lot of spiritual cleansing and hygiene, so you could be making space. I'm getting a lot of ritual energy, so perhaps you're doing air signs. Maybe you're doing like a spiritual course of study that's bringing a new level of awareness to you. Definitely could be. And you're feeling it, like you're starting to feel this energy in your body, right? Wow. Okay. Wow. We have the Five of Wands. That's very interesting. On top of the Tower and the Queen of Wands, I'm getting this energy with the Five of Wands. And I know like some people will see, okay, I'm going to tell you straight off. This is really calling you. Okay, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. There could be an energy, doesn't have to be, that wants to pull you out of focus, that kind of taps into this chaotic energy. Maybe it's a connection, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a group, has to do with your job. Take it as you will, right? But some sort of, there's something like, don't be in the conflict. Is this a person? I don't know. Take it as you will. It could be. We don't need to be mental jousting with people that are not on the level of the dreams that we're trying to pursue. There's something here about, don't even be in certain fights or conflicts, okay? The main focus here is your ambition. The higher frequency of the Five of Wands is that you push yourself to kind of channel chaotic energy, or channel in certain moments the ability to, okay, what am I seeing? What is it called? Pole vaulting. It's like you use the momentum to surpass your own limits. This is what I'm hearing. But this is also a caution, okay? This is also a caution about not being pulled out of your alignment by conflicts, by people, by competition, by arguments. This stuff don't even deserve your energy. I'm hearing it's beneath you, okay? And I'm not saying we want to go around and talk about people are beneath us, no. But what I'm saying is some energy frequencies are. And if you see that people, because those are our biggest spiritual teachers, right? If you're connecting with people, if you're reflecting on those relationships, remember how we talked about the light coming into the mirror and hitting it at different angles? Okay, light hitting different angles. We have a lot. We have fire in the Tower. Essentially, fire is a form of light, right? We have fire here in the Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands. This is being lit up to really see things clearly. This could be like, let me give you an example. This could be like air signs. You get this epiphany and you really just get real clear, what we call it. You peep the game, okay? And you see a person that you connect to, let's say, in whatever environment, right? Relationships, family members, wherever the toxicity is in your career, in your friend group, whatever, in a romantic connection, take it as you will. And you say, I know you're not trying to repeatedly pull me into this type of energetic frequency where you're like competing with me on the low, or you're jealous of me, or you pulling me into these mental jousting, like freaking, you're trying to knock me off of this ascension frequency that I'm rising into. Yeah, this could definitely be a person. Because if you're sitting up here in a Queen of Wands type of position, this tier of energy is way lower than you, okay? So this could be clearing out a person that really messes with your vision. You know, this gives me the type of person that'll be like, oh, your little business. Oh, your little spiritual studies you do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I saw your little, you know what I'm talking about? This also gives me some sort of energy, air signs. This is like, you know, a person, a family member, a friend, some sort of emotional bond who's like low-key jealous of you. And then you see it for what it is, and you're like, you will not have me playing small in this room every time. I will create my own room. This could have played a big part of your transformation with the snake here. But again, on a higher vibrational frequency, the Five of Wands energy wants you to push you past your own self-imposed limits. It's a dynamic energy that you can realize you can use to catapult you into a whole new timeline, okay? Yeah, see, we have the Two of Swords too. Yeah. We are not engaging in certain connections, energetic connections anymore. Spirit is wanting you to have mental peace. The Two of Swords, I'm always teaching air signs, is that it's not a card engaging self-defense. They're not in any kind of, like when you think about jousting and working with swords, they're not in any kind of attack or defensive stance. They're peaceful. Sometimes I feel like the Two of Swords is just misinterpreted because it's like, excuse me, you're at a crossroads and you've had an Ace of Swords moment and now your mind is clear. There's something about memories and thoughts and realizing people's actions. There's something about seeing a pattern here, and it's not going to bring you up out your alignment no more, definitely. There's a lot of clear your mind, get clear on what you want to create, and the universe is going to meet you there in ways that might be unexpected to you, right? Uranus and Taurus. Unexpected ways that the universe is working in your favor. But you got to be grounded. You got to be in your body, listening to your intuition and seeing clearly. The eyes are what, right? They're vessels that react to how the light comes in, and then it affects what you see. So, I mean, oh my gosh, to say that we're literally manifesting and seeing reality the way that our mind processes it, I mean, that's even on science. And then if you think, imagine this, you sit in a room all the time and it's dark and someone blocks the way that the light comes in. Isn't that going to affect everything and how you see it? Okay, so this is giving a blockage for sure, but you have the ability to use it to your advantage to surpass it. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, let's close this, air signs. Let's get a Cosmovisions Oracle. I love this oracle, by the way. It's so amazing. Is it Prismavisions that he did as a tarot deck? But this is great. It's a beautiful oracle. All right, Spirit, let's close for air signs message here for the Capricorn stellium for the remainder of Capricorn season, finishing out this lunar cycle, completing the work of the snake. I'm getting so much like Kundalini rising, chakra activations, energy just moving up through your body. It is so strong. Okay, I see the card. This one is resonating with me so strongly. Isn't that beautiful? This makes me think of light language, downloads, activations, things moving through your mind and your brain and your neuron pathways. Air signs, this is giving me like that your spirit team, the energy of light, everything that's been mingling in the earth elements of your body, Capricorn stellium, and the water that's all 50-70% in your body. That's all the water that we have. All things have been going on. Spirit wants you to really start seeing how powerful you are, okay? Yeah, this is like light codes, light language, language. Okay, language, the way that's hitting for me again is like you wake up one day and you just start writing all the poems down. Or you wake up one day and you're just like, it's time to teach. Let's figure out how the fuck to do this. Or you are going and seeking a teacher or a mentor. There's all kinds of mental. I'm seeing higher. I'm seeing third eye, crown, causal chakra. I'm seeing the soul star, but now it's coming all the way back down in the body to activate. Okay, maybe you're channeling, maybe you're called to work with sigils here. Light makes me think of candles. This is giving so much activation. Okay, let's read it. Friend, I know you see that number 10 in the year of 10. Get in here, okay? So this would align with the energy of the wheel. That's the card of the year, along with the Magician and the Fool. That's the 10. That's the 1 + 0 = 1. Do you see it? A life map is the blueprint of your complete history. Everyone has one, and no two are the same. The life map contains traces of the karmic debt we've acquired. See, this is giving the same. Close the loops out. Clean the mirrors off. Open your eyes. I thought I was getting a song. Sorry. What is it? Open up your eyes. See the world. Dun, 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 dun. What is that from? Ooh, I'm just getting so many activations off this. Okay. The life map contains traces of the karmic debt we've acquired, the people we've loved and the ones we've wronged. It shows you where you've been and where you are going. But y'all, you can't make it up. Listen, it says, but to the human eyes, what have we been talking about? It looks just like glyphs floating through the cosmos. While each life map is different, they are all balanced in the end. Your inevitable fate, the cycles of you illuminated and understood. Ooh, I know you see the illumination. All right, air signs. Wow, what a powerful message. This is what I have for you. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, okay? I love you. Take good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.